When I was very young, growing up, there were many things that I looked forward to as a child. Very, very simple things that you would expect a child to look forward to. Your birthday, your best friend's birthday, hanging out with your best friend, for example. Christmas, Thanksgiving, spending time with your family, going out and exploring the backyard or, whatever. I don't know. It's 2025, right? So I guess these are these are probably aged a little, but you get my drift here. The point is, when I was little, there were many things that I looked forward to. The happiness was overabundance. Life was good. Life was simple. 2025 really has me thinking about all those times, all the good times, back when I didn't have responsibility. Back when I didn't have to worry about my taxes. Back when I didn't have to worry about the rising cost of gas, inflation, a girlfriend, car insurance, being healthy. And I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm in some isolated bubble. Not to say that I'm special or anything, right? That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, I don't feed into the social media trap that they try to reel you in with, where you see all these, curated and filtered posts and videos about everyone living all these grand lives, with all of the big smiles and the big bright filters, and everyone's just having a blast and a time of their life, and there's not a care in the world. And the videos and pictures have a real strong absence of what the real world is actually like. And this is just purely the way I view them. But I don't know if any one of you are feeling the way that I'm feeling now. But if you are, I wanted to make this video not because I expect millions of people to see it, because I truly don't. I expect maybe 50 people, 100 people maybe would see it or hear it, whatever. But if you are one of those people like myself, where you're really struggling to find some sort of enjoyment, maybe you're going through a hard time. I recently just came out of going through a hard time between work. I had a work situation that I had to deal with. I had a pretty bad relationship breakup a couple years back. It took a little while to get over that. My overall health, that health journey, so wasn't in a great shape. So I had to, work on that as well. All while dealing with all of the price gouging and inflation that is saturating Western culture, right? So, not to say that I'm 100%, because I'm not by any means, but I'm definitely in a much better place now than I was, five years ago, right? And if anyone is struggling right now, or you're going through a hard time, I just wanted to get this out there to you that you are not alone. And you shouldn't feel bad that you're going through a hard time, or that you're feeling how you're feeling. Because I think more so now than ever, it's at least from my experience and the way that I see things going about in our society today, I feel today more than ever, our society, in Western society, that is, we're extremely divided. We're extremely at each other's throats about everything, and there's no room for anyone to just be human. At least that's how I feel. I feel that part of the conversation about, you as an individual, me as an individual, or whatever, that part is gone now, where there's no room to not be okay. There's no room to not be 100%. At least that's how I feel. And if you are somebody that is not 100% right now, take care of yourself, keep your head up, Surround yourself with friends. Surround yourself with family members, those who make you happy. Do things that make you happy, obviously. People always say those things, and obviously I can't throw anything else into the equation here, but I would just say every day, just put one foot in front of the other, you know? There were many times where I got up in the morning and I had no type of mental capacity, no type of energy whatsoever to do even the simplest of things. And I hope everyone out there that's going through something like I was going through, and I'm still going through it, right? You know, like, I'm only human, you know? I'm not perfect by any means and don't have it all figured out. But if you are going through something, leave a comment down below. You know, we can chat about it, whatever. Or if you just want to leave a thumbs up, that'd also be fine too. I get everyone goes through people have their own processes, you know? Some people talk about it. Some people, you know, want to isolate and be alone. Sometimes I can be a little bit of both. You know, sometimes people go out and do things and, you know, spend time with their friends. Sometimes people pick up new habits and new hobbies or whatever, you know, they go dating or whatever, which I don't know if that's the best course of action. But hey, I know people do it. But yeah, I don't know, as every day I try to keep one foot in front of the other and try to go just a little bit further than what I did yesterday. Not because of any other reason, but the fact that I just want to be a better version of myself, you know, because right now I'm probably going to say what a lot of people probably feel like, you know, where you're not where you want to be in life, right? For XYZ reason, you know, the reasons are limitless, right? I'm not where I want to be in life for XYZ reason. I don't really like my job. I'm sure 99% of people could say the same thing, right? So I'm not special here, but not a big fan of my job, you know, working 40 hours a week plus, because I work more than 40 hours a week, and I try to do other things like spend time with my friends, do YouTube, you know, relationship and all that stuff. And I just feel like there's just never time. You know, I can never get enough sleep. I can never have enough time for myself. I can never have enough time for my friends. And I want to do it all. And yeah, so trying to eat healthy. It's really hard because, you know, the food's really bad in this country for a lot of reasons. And the good, healthy food is really, really expensive. And so, yeah, it's, I don't know. It just feels like a never ending struggle every day, a constant push and pull, if you will, you know. Maybe 1 week I'm you know, feeling good about my job, you know, maybe I'm kind of getting to a good place, but you know, like I said, I don't have time for anything else, or, you know, whatever it is. Or maybe there's another week where I decide to dedicate more time to doing something, you know, maybe I want to spend more time at the gym, but then I don't get to see anybody, I don't get to see any of my friends or whatever it is, because I don't know, it just feels like as soon as I get off work, I immediately either work out or eat some food or whatever it is, and I get maybe 20 minutes to mentally decompress, and then it's midnight and I gotta go to bed. And it kind of sucks. So I also hate that I don't get to see a lot of my friends and family as much as I would like to. If I could, I would see them all the time, but you know, once again, like I said earlier, the time aspect is just, it's always a constant juggle. I don't know. Maybe I just suck at time management. Who knows? I have no idea. But yeah, like I said, I don't expect this to get millions of views or anything like that, but for those handful of people that do decide to hang around and listen to my little rant, if you will, my TED Talk. You're in a situation where you feel like you're struggling, or, you know, you feel like you're going through some things and you have nobody to talk to or anything like that, just know that you're not alone. I wish you the best in all your endeavors. I wish you all, you know, a happy whatever it is, you know, the rest of your life. Happy New Year, all these good things, you know. So just try to stay positive. I know it's tough. It is. I know it's tough. Every day it's tough to mentally wake up and to not let the things eat at you that really could if you didn't let them, you know, the mental fortitude that you have to exert on a daily basis to be, you know, mentally present and really get through what it is that you got to get through for your day, and you know, still try to come out a good person at the end of the day, and also somebody that's relatively sane. It's, I don't know, I just feel like it's tough just because the world we live in is just feels like chaos right now for so many reasons that I don't really want to get to in this video. The point of this video is just to say that, you know, if you're going through something, just know that you're doing okay. And I know that's probably something that you don't want to hear, but if you're going through a bad time, just know that you'll get through it, and then you'll have good times. You can't enjoy the good times without having a little bad time. At least that's what my grandmother told me growing up, you know. You're doing great. You know, you're more than enough. If anyone hasn't told you in a long time that they're proud of you, then you know what? I'm proud of you. You showed up today. You did what you needed to do. You know, if you had to go to work, you went to work. You know, you got there and made it back safely. You know, you drove safely. You made it home safely. You went to work. You put your best foot forward. You showed up. You did what you needed to do. You know, you didn't hurt anybody. You didn't do any ill will onto anyone else, and you know, you came out at the end of the day better than what you were yesterday, even if it may not feel like it. So yeah, all of you, take care of yourselves out there. Take care of yourselves. Try to be nicer to each other, and tell somebody that you love them. I'm sure you'll probably make their day, and you probably don't tell them enough as it is. So until next time, my friends. Ciao.